New Orleans has always been a city of ghosts. The restless spirits of the past linger in the streets, in the bars, even in the air itself. But some things aren't ghosts. Some things still walk among us. And if you ever find yourself in Lafitte's alley, you might not walk out alone. The legend started centuries ago, passed down by tour guides and locals who know better than to test it. Some say it's just an old story meant to scare tourists. Others have seen him. They call him the Lurking Man, a figure that appears in the narrowest alleyways, just out of sight, just beyond the edge of the lamplight. Lafitte's Alley is one of New Orleans' oldest streets. Tourists roam by day, but at night, even locals avoid it. Walk alone and you'll feel it, a heavy presence behind you. Then the footsteps begin. Stop and they stop. Move and they follow. Those who turn around never see him move. But when they look away, he's closer, always closer. Tourists tell themselves it's just their imagination, that their minds are playing tricks. But the ones who laugh, they don't laugh for long. Daniel, visiting from Chicago, was eager for New Orleans' haunted history. When his friends mentioned the Lurking Man, he scoffed. Just a ghost story, he said. One night, after a few drinks, he decided to prove them wrong and took a shortcut through Lafitte's alley, alone. At first, the alley was just quiet, a little eerie, sure, but nothing special. He pulled out his phone to record, grinning at the camera. Then he heard it. Footsteps behind him, soft, measured, matching his own. He stopped. The footsteps did too. Daniel chuckled. "All right, you got me," he said, expecting his friends. He turned. Nothing. Just the wind in the empty alley. He walked again. The steps followed. Daniel walked faster. The footsteps did too. His heart pounded. He turned. And there he was, a shadowy figure at the alley's end, motionless. A wide-brimmed hat hid his face. Daniel forced a nervous laugh. "All right, man. Good prank." No response. A deep unease settled in his chest. He walked faster. The footsteps behind him did too. Then, running, Daniel bolted, sprinting toward the streetlights, towards safety. But just before he reached the street, he froze. The man wasn't behind him anymore. He was in front of him, waiting. Daniel stumbled back, heart hammering. He blinked, and the man was gone. Had he imagined it? The fear, the footsteps, the impossible way the figure had moved. Shaking, he laughed to himself. Just my mind playing tricks. He turned and left the alley, eager to forget the whole thing. Back in his hotel, Daniel splashed water on his face and sat by the window. Then he noticed it. His reflection was off. A shadow behind him moved. A figure stood in the corner, watching. He spun around. Nothing. The room was empty. The next morning, Daniel's friends found his body. Eyes open, mouth frozen in a silent scream. No sign of what had happened. No cause of death. But when the police searched his phone, they found a photo, the last picture he took. It was blurry, taken just outside his hotel window. But there, in the background, the Lurking Man, standing, waiting. Some say Daniel was just unlucky. Others believe the Lurking Man follows those who doubt him. But if you ever find yourself in Lafitte's alley and you hear footsteps that aren't yours, don't turn around. Just run. Have you ever experienced something like this? Let me know in the comments. If you dare,